Her gaze... Hold on. Intro, dummy. You need to do your intro. Hey, guys. Welcome back to First Snow. I guess I'm ready to get into it already? I don't know. Question mark? Her gaze lingers for that little longer than usual, the snow once again having started falling outside. I can't blame her given how pretty it looks. Damn, gonna be shoveling snow again. What a pain. She really isn't the sentimental type.
Huh?
Did I say something wrong? No, it's just we have failed to acknowledge the Grinch Moose thing. I was just thinking, you don't really seem... You don't really have a romantic view of the world, it seems, despite being an artist. Is there much good about winter? The snow, how pretty it is, how cozy you get to be. You get to wrap up in a fire with a blanket. I said that wrong. You get to wrap up in a blanket and cozy next to the fireplace. Oh, so warm, so cozy. Oh, so good. Being back with fall... I'm slowly getting out of the funk I'm in. And somehow, somehow the funk just has fucked over my mouth. So I'm just gonna say wrong words, even though I've warmed up. Being back with family, all the pretty snow around, people in cute jackets and coats, holidays. I end up trailing off. Eileen hardly looked swayed as I count my favorite things about the season on my fingers. Holidays are the problem. Everywhere is starting to close up or shut down for the new year already. I want to keep practicing instead of loafing around. But the life drawing classes are over and the student modeling offers have dried up. You're very just pile driving forward. I've seen notices for those on the notice boards around campus, with students and others making a little cash on the side by modeling for artists. Those same notice boards have become much more bare over the last month. I feel sorry for her, given how she takes her painting so seriously. I was so caught up in wanting to be back with my family that I didn't think about how it'd be for her, especially how she doesn't get along with hers. As we walk along the hallway, I realize this might present an opportunity, a chance for me to help Eileen and get to know her better, and also be a part of her painting, instead of simply just watching her from across the room. Water, hydration, do it. I'm not completely sure about this, but my obvious scheming has already caught Eileen's eye. If it'd be helpful, maybe I could do it? At this, Eileen stops and turns to me. Maybe I shouldn't have suggested that. You just need me to stand around and be a model, right? There's not a lot to it. This would be live modeling, you know? I don't want to give you the wrong idea. Do you want me naked? Is that what you want? Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what you want me to be naked? You sure about that? You think you can handle this, bucko? God, I hate that. Nope, never mind. Taking that back, shutting that down. Nope, the business is out of order. The business has gone bankrupt. Nope, shutting that down. The reminder does make me hesitate. I know there's nothing sexual about it. Are you sure about that? But I'd be standing without clothes on as she... without clothes on as she... is alone with me and looks at me, analyzing my whole body. Eileen herself doesn't look fussed, even though that is rare when she does. She seems content to let me come to the conclusion myself as she stands about, but my body language soon gives away what I'm thinking. Sorry if I made you uncomfortable. I can just work on other studies instead. No, I mean... She did mention herself that she'd done this before. It'd simply be another method of practicing paint for her. Would it be in your apartment or something? She looks mildly surprised. I'm still giving this consideration. Considering this, not concerned. If it was anyone else, I don't think I would do this. But for Eileen...
Okay.
It's fine. I can do it. Oh god, am I gonna have to censor part of this video? Oh god, please, no. No! That I think is fine. It's not in the foreground. It's in the background. And it's not really... It's paint. It's not real. We set down our coats as we enter her apartment, the bright light giving such a different look to her living room compared to mine. As for Eileen herself, I don't know how she isn't exhausted at all after work from school. But I might. But try as I might to distract myself, something feels off no matter how I try to ignore it. Painting live models is probably totally normal for an artist like Eileen, so I don't bother saying anything as she sets down her coat. Why do I get the feeling that I'm going to have to A, censor this, and B, that it's going into a sex scene? Oh dear God. Ah! Want a drink or something? Water, please! I am a thirsty bitch! I would desire water!
Sure.
Alright, suit yourself. I'll grab my stuff. Just make yourself comfortable. She walks off to get her easel and paints as I nod. Without much else to do, as she disappears into another room, I idly look around while taking off my own coat and gloves. Her apartment hasn't been cleaned up this time, which is an interesting change. Beyond the easel with a finished painting still sitting on it. God, I cannot read and itch my nose at the same time. Hold on. Okay, there we go. A few colorful fashion magazines lie on the coffee table. A near mug left sitting around. On the couch, a couple of crumpled t-shirts and an old pair of jeans are strewed over the back and arm. What catches my eye most, however, is the resident who looks very comfortable on the other end of it. Without thinking, I walk over and pick him up. A particularly large stuffed rabbit, big enough to need two hands to hold comfortably. Though well made and adorably designed, it's obviously a little well loved by now. I'm sure I have noticed a thing if I were around when Wallace and I came over for dinner, so it must have been stuffed into her bedroom or something. Noticing movement out of the corner of my eye, I turn and look up. Eileen simply stares at me, flat as she holds a bag of supplies in her hands. I really shouldn't have just gone and started filling with her stuff. It's really cute. I couldn't really resist. I'm sorry. She puts her bag down in size, giving me a bit of relief that she isn't angry. Silently, she strides over and takes the toy from me as I offer it to her. Why is it still... Whatever. It may just be my ears. By the way, I have ear infections. So that's my gunk. My funk. My hibbity bunk. My sister gave it to me to keep me company when I moved out. I'm disappointed by how little emotions in Eileen's voice when she said so, but those thoughts quickly disappear as she gently sets down the rabbit where it had been. Huh! Fuck! Okay. She takes care to set it down gently with a brush of its fur. That momentary smile as she steps back and looks at it with a warms my heart. It only lasts a second, but her face is unmistakably that of a child, one taking care of their favorite companion. So Eileen does have a cute side to her. I somehow feel a bit less wound up about everything now. She's not that different to me in the end. As she turns away, I remember the task at hand. Right! Sipping! So... I'll just set up the easel and canvas, and then I'll have everything ready.
Should I take my clothes off, then?
She's about to answer before pausing for a moment. As much as I try to stifle my awkwardness, undressing in front of someone else is still kind of weird.
It's a problem. You can grab a towel. I can make do.
Feeling more than a little sheepish. Maybe I should have warmed up more. I don't know. I glance around to be more sure of my surroundings. The blinds are shut as they were before, and the door's still locked, so I'm not sure what I expected. Maybe it's the silence that's putting me off. The apartment being set so far back from the road, unlike mine. I want to say that I'm fine, but I can't get over the stumbling block of being bare in front of someone else. Meeting halfway will have to do for now. As Eileen sets her previous painting on the kitchen counter, I pop into the bathroom. My heart's practically in my mouth as I reappear in the room. Why are you giving me this shot? Why are you giving me this shot? Why this shot? Why? Why? I reappear in the room with a towel wrapped around me. Precious little being covered as I take my place before her.
Should I stand like this, or...
She looks at me for a few moments in serious thought. It's a little interesting how quickly my demeanor changes to that of a painter carefully... Oh, her demeanor, not mine. Her demeanor changes to that of a painter carefully considering how best to use my body as an artistic prop.
Try turning around so your back's towards me.
My thoughts are in a hit. You are a lesbian, My girl, you are fucking simping over her. My thoughts are in a haze, unable to let go of how exposed I am. All I can do is nod and dutifully do as she says. Well, at least we know who the top and bottom is in this relationship.
Good. Keep your head like that and maybe let your arms hang down.
Oh my god. This is... Ha!
Like this?
Man, for summer, this is getting... Like, I know it's summer, but man, this is getting real hot and spicy.
Stay like that.
Oh my god. I give a nod, trying to relax as much as I can. That isn't saying much, though. There's no other sound in the room as she starts sketching me out. Ask her to play music! I feel like she would! She's not a barbarian, and she's not pigeon-holding you! The pencil's sharp scratching filling the air. It's a certain odd experience to think someone's looking at my body, so... And this word, I can't fucking... Analytically, taking in every detail, considering it, and copying it to the canvas. For Eileen's sake, I tried to keep as still as possible despite the butterflies in my stomach. Her pencil work appeared finished. The gentle sound of brushstrokes starts as her painting begins to earnest. As fast as her sketching, I suppose she'd have a good bit of practice at this. I can't see much at all with my head slightly down like this, but at least the position is easy to keep. With anything in particular to focus my eyes on, I can't help but turn my thoughts inward. How do people do this without getting self-conscious? Because it's how they're... It's just... You are raised different. Everyone is raised different. So people have different, like... people question different things. So, like... I could not do this. Don't get me wrong. But... I know how easily someone else could do this. Nobody's ever looked at my naked body like... Oh my god. Ah! Carefully analyzing every curve and muscle. I wonder how long I look to her. I did not even say the right sentence. I wonder how I look to her right now. Am I gross? Compared to Eileen, I probably look plain at best.
Hey, I know it's not easy, but can you try not to tense up so much? It's okay. Not too much longer.
The reason I did this was to help her, and now that I can finally be a part of her true passion of painting, I feel the corners of my mouth to tug a little at the idea. It makes me feel a little special that she's looking at me like this. While she's no doubt done life drawing before, this is different somehow. This is the thumbnail, by the way. I don't fucking care. I know you guys already know, but still, I want this as the thumbnail. Only now do I realize that Eileen's brushstrokes have ceased. Just as I work up the will to question her, Eileen speaks up. A weight comes off me as my entire body slumps, a long breath escaping my lips. It feels like my entire body deflates. Thankful that my duty has been fulfilled, I adjust the towel a little to ensure it doesn't slip off. You could just hold on to it. My first thought is to go where I've carefully placed my clothes, but on the way, I'm distracted by the sight of it. I'm left speechless. That is really good. That is really good. I'm either gonna have this or the other thing I want as the thumbnail. I don't know. Thumbnail comes like last for me. It's one of the last things I think about. I have to resist the urge to reach out and touch it. This is Eileen. This is how Eileen sees me. Not gross, not plain, but beautiful. I feel my heart sting a little as my eyes move across the canvas, seeing through Eileen's eyes how she sees me. As I stand gazing at the painting, I feel a coat come over me, Eileen draping it over my shoulders. I'm about to thank her, but the words are stolen from my mouth by her different demeanor. Compared to her intense focus while painting, her gaze awkwardly oh, fuck. Oh. I inhaled wrong. Her gaze awkwardly avoids mine. Expression expression. All I can do is smile as I clasp the coat tight, the bashful Eileen standing in silence beside me. I love that. I loved that. The street lights led us along as we walked along the snow-dusted street, the pinpricks of light piercing the evening's darkness. The two of us walked side by side without saying a word. The only sound being snow crunching under our feet. Far from the silence being oppressive, I'm rather glad that we don't need to fill the air with idle conversation. With our classes finished, I offer to repay her for the dinner she made me. Hardly one to turn down a free meal, she readily accepted. It's not like that excuse to bring her over was a lie, as such. Or at least that's what I tell myself. In truth, however, I just want to be closer to Eileen. As I throw furtive glances at her, I muse about how the times we're together feel so different when I'm with others. Her earnest yet clumsy attempts to make me feeling all the more rewarding. I'm not sure, but I don't think these feelings are just friendship anymore. Yes! She has a crush! That's a step in the right direction! Let's go! Woo! You're lucky to live so close to school. I still have no idea how you can hike all the way to your place every single day and not be exhausted. That's what happens when you don't limp out of walking. Being fit has its advantages. Fair enough, but fuck you. Shut up. While I stop myself from imagining how fit Eileen's body is, I'm reminded that she's seen my own body. I cringe in embarrassment as I remember modeling for her the other day, trying to shake off the feeling before she notices. Eventually, we reach the now familiar apartment building, the two of us stopping for a moment. I'm a little surprised at how quickly I came to think of this place as home. The ill-maintained building, feeling so foreboding at first. Everything is so different to home, right down to the streetlights we stand under. Gone are the modern white lights of downtown and suburbs, replaced by dull orange lamps which occasionally flicker. This is the place! I'm more than a little nervous about what she thinks of this new home after bringing her all the way here. Rather than judging me for it, she looks more to be carefully studying it. Hello? Oh god, what? Why? We had a mishap. Okay, we're back now. Ooh. Rather than judging me for it, she looks to be carefully studying it. My nervous attempts to read her stoic gaze gets me nowhere. It looks nice. So, what's your roommate like anyway? She's a punk. She's grunge. Total motorcycle. She's a motorcycle chick. Motorcycle. She works with her hands. No sooner do the words leave her mouth than she jumps from a hand latching tightly onto her shoulder. I didn't even notice her in the darkness. Must have been the smoke outside when she saw us. Must have been having a smoke outside when she saw us. As we sit at the dinner table, Eileen's gaze has trouble staying on us. I know those eyes well. They're those of a tourist taking in everything around them while desperately trying to engrave it in memory. Or perhaps in order to judge my living conditions, one of the two. I have to admit, this must look a bit shabby compared to her home. She surely worked out that I'm not exactly well off from the area already, though. Compared to Eileen's apartment, ours is full of artifacts of life. A couple stuffed animals, some movie posters, DVDs around the place, and an aging console next to the television. Various bits and bobs accumulated through the years. And, yeah, that have littered the room. Eileen's eyes pass over it all, but she stays unusually subdued. Perhaps the reason isn't the room itself, but the person sitting across from her. So this is where you live, huh? Yeah, sorry if it's a bit cold. The heater and heating's having a problem. You mean having problems as usual? There goes trying to pull off a front. I know it doesn't look great from the outside, but we try to keep the place nice to live in. Fixing leaks, giving the place a lick of paint, patching holes, everything, basically. Gets Allison a crash course in handiwork, too. This isn't much, but it's home. It's gotta count for something, right? It does. You've done a good job on making this place homey. You never told me you were good. You never told me you were this good at science and math, Allison. No wonder it seems easy for you. She gestures towards the trophy on the side table and certificate on the wall above it, being awards from competitions I won in high school. You never... really asked.
Allison.
What? Seriously? Come on. Allison. I earn a playful clip. I earn a playful clip over the head, Eileen snorting in amusement. She was good enough to get a science scholarship thanks to that brain of hers. Ha! Just ha! That's all I'm saying. Ha! Never having been great at knowing how to respond to praise, I just hang my head. It feels a little embarrassing to be complimented in front of Eileen. Makes sense. She's got me out of a jam a few times now. She's a handy person to have around. I feel myself flower into a blush at the words, sinking lower into my chair as my face feels hot. I love this. I'm surprised how nice it feels, despite being so awkward. A smile spread on my face as my legs sway beneath the table with unexpected energy. It feels different when it comes from Eileen. Yeah, because you fucking have a crush on her.
Thanks.
For the food, by the way.
Yeah.
It's nothing. Really nice to finally meet someone from Allison's side of the fence for a change. Allison's side of the fence for a change. Actually. God, why are they so hot? I was starting to get worried that she didn't have any friends. I can only bring my head to my face as Eileen raises an eyebrow in pointed interest. I do wish Rose would make such a big deal out of my shy being. Really? Not exactly the outgoing type. Not an extrovert. I'm shocked. She takes a large sip of soda before her continuing on. There's a few of us in her little circle now. No thanks to her dragging me into a club. You agreed to come. It's Caprice's club anyway. Now you have nothing to do with it. This is a new story. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. All I can do is grimace as Eileen lifts an eyebrow, getting the rise out of me that she wanted. Okay, still recording. She softens the blow a little with a small nudge from her shoulder, earning a smile from Rose. Eileen gives a mighty yawn before poorly hidden by a hand over her mouth. I don't think I've seen her bother trying to hide one before. Fuck you, Eileen. How dare you make me yawn? Ah! Sorry. Tired? I'm always tired. What's with the bags under your eyes anyway? Rough night? Insomnia? Fun. Yeah, that is fun! Very fun! Oh! Here I was trying to be tactful in not bringing that up, and Rose just kicks down the door as usual. That does give some context to Eileen's short fuse, though. I shouldn't jump to conclusions. Well, they say good wholesome food can fix that. Hopefully this will pick you up a bit. Nothing says homemade like burgers and fries, after all. As the two talk, I quietly begin on my food. I hadn't realized how empty I was. The good fries disappearing into my mouth at a quick pace. Thank goodness for having a good metabolism. Someone's hungry. I look up quizzically at her, drawing a raised eyebrow. It's only now that I realized my cheeks are as full as a chipmunk's. Good to see you two get along well. Rose takes a hold of my shoulder and gives a playful shake, my head bobbing to and fro as I try to avoid choking on the fries on its way down. Allison's fine, quiet as a mouse, and manages to put up with my crap. Considering how much she takes care of the chores and errands, I really can't complain. You mean considering how nice of a person I am, right? That as well. The three of us munch away on our food, the quiet sound of cars outside and prattling from the television providing what little noise there is to be heard. It seems like Eileen is starting to settle, which is a relief. It took me a while myself when I first met Rose. Surprised you two figures can keep your figures eating this kind of stuff. You don't have it often, do you? Rose and I share a quick glance. No, not at all. Not often, just special events. There we go, falling a foil of Eileen's judgment. You should get a rice cooker. Buy rice in bulk, grab some vegetable packets, throw them together. Easy, cheap, healthier than takeout. I have to admit, it was nice when I dated a guy who could cook. Having her around doesn't make things too awkward when you bring guys over. You learn to be quiet. I guess you would. I frowned at both of them. I don't want to hear about this. If you didn't already know, that means I've been doing a good job. Rose's comment only causes my frown to deepen. I can feel myself blushing just from the topic of the conversation, which embarrasses me more. God, I have a fucking knot in my hair, and it's annoying me. Goddamn. Okay, I think I got it out. Okay. Ah! Besides, if you ever get a boyfriend, you're gonna have to learn too if you want to bring him around here. I won't be doing anything like that. Rose laughs and Eileen looks amused. I sulk, hating that the attention has been centered on me now. I especially don't want this kind of conversation around Eileen. Thankfully, Rose seems content with her teasing. Do you mean, thankfully, Eileen seems content with Rose's teasing? So what's your story? You're a friend of Allison's, right? Turned out that way, just another student at the community college majoring in art. The artsy type, huh? Going for the big bucks, then. Thanks. I'm sure you'll find something. Hopefully not involving burgers or fries. Eileen's limits are clearly being tested, being less tolerant of poked at than I. Hopefully Rose realizes it. You seem like the artsy type yourself. What's with the ink? Eileen motions to Rose's left side while brandishing a french fry. The tattoo on her upper arm only made more noticeable by her tank top. Just looks
Seriously?
cool. Expected it to be my life story or something? That was my first... Wait, no, forget what I said. I'm in the Yakuza, and they gave me this. As my initiation. Nothing says Yakuza Yakuza like a biker in middle America. As Rose's chest heaves with light-hearted laughter, I find myself smiling as well. I'm glad these two get along, though a little part of me wishes I could be more like Eileen. It took me months to warm up to Rose, yet Eileen gets on with others so smoothly. Alright, I'm going to have to save it here, because mouth is getting tired. So, stretching. Mouth, fuck you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. God, I fucking hate. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys liked it, please leave a like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Check out other series that I have active right now. I have started Night in the Woods. I've played Minecraft. I've started Ib and Before Your Eyes, and I also have done Tabs, or Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. Some finished playthroughs and one-offs that I've done on the channel as well are Journey, Burn Me Twice, There Is No Game, Wrong Dimension, Monster Prom 2. So yeah, so with that, I will see you guys in the next issue. See ya!